Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. In today's video we have the Tone and Sculpt gym guide update. So I have finished weeks 9 to 12 and currently on actually week probably 14. The video is coming up very late. I've had some conflict in posting schedules and things like that, so I just haven't posted in the meantime for the gym guide. I completely forgot about it at one point, so yeah, it's just been when I've had time to film. So yeah, I'm doing the update now rather than completely missing it out. So we're going to be doing the gym guide update for weeks 9 to 12. As always with these updates, I will talk you through the workouts that I've done this month and do a breakdown of each workout individually and the weights that I lifted at the start of the cycle and the end of the cycle, so we can see how I've improved in those workouts with regards to how much weight I'm lifting. And then at the end I'll do a progress shot and measurements that I usually do. However, usually in my videos I do my progress shots and measurements on the 15th. Obviously I've missed that, so I'm just going to use the progress shots and measurements from my last video, which was my monthly check-in. So that'll basically have comparisons between January and February, so we're just going to have to put up with that for now rather than doing between the 15th. So yeah, that is what's going to be coming up. So got my laptop here with all my spreadsheet details with everything on it. So as always, we'll start with the lower body first, and then we'll do upper body, and then we'll do progress shots and measurements at the end. So weeks 9 to 12, so we'll do quads and calves first, and then we'll do glutes and hamstrings. So quads and calves breakdown for the workout was barbell sumo squat, barbell squat, and barbell narrow squat, which was a tricep. I think it was 5 sets for four sets, I think. So that was those three all in a tricep, and then barbell static lunge, split squat, step ups to a bench or a chair, dumbbell front squat, and then dumbbell calf raise. So for the tricep with the different variations of squat, so sumo squat first, I started on 33.5 for every single one of them. So sumo squat, squat and narrow squat, I started off on 33.5, and at the end of the 4 weeks I had gone up by 7.5, so I ended on 41, which is quite a difference. I'm quite pleased with that. I had mentioned in my last gym guide update that I was really struggling with my knees and being able to squat. I've since got two sizes of boxes that I've been using. One that I got originally, and then found out that the box was probably still a bit too high and I could go lower than that, so I bought a smaller box, and that seems to be working out really well. I think the problem is that when my knee bends below parallel, so for a really low, like ass to grass sort of squat, I can't do that. Anything below parallel starts to sort of pull on the tendon above the knee, and since I've been doing the box squats rather than just having nothing at all, my knee has been improving, so I'm going to keep doing that for now, and hopefully in time I may go back to just doing regular squats without the sort of assistance or box underneath me as such. But yeah, I'm quite impressed that I managed to go up 7.5 for that. Then we have static lunge, so basically just in lunge position you just squat down and do the reps that you need to do. I started off on 21 and ended on 31, so a difference of 10, which again I'm quite pleased with. Split squats, I am still doing body weight for them. I hate split squats and they're really aggro my knees, so I don't want to add any additional weights for that. Maybe in time I will start adding weights for that, but for now I'm just sticking to body weight for those. Step ups, again I'm just doing body weight, I'm not holding anything in my hands, so I'm either stepping up to the box that we've got or I use the bench. So body weight for both of those, so no change there. Dumbbell front squat, so for these actually I'm using a kettlebell rather than a dumbbell, but I did 12 at the beginning and 12 at the end just because I wasn't squatting to a box for those. I was just trying to test out how I do with just holding the weight by itself at the front. So the weight didn't change for that one. And then dumbbell calf raise, I think I've got the weight wrong here because it says that I started on 12 and ended on 13.6, but I'm pretty sure there's a bigger difference than that. I do find that when I'm doing calf raises, my calves are quite temperamental anyway, and I tend to get cramps really easily when I do calf raises, so maybe that's the reason why the weights haven't really increased there, but yeah, at least it's a little bit of a difference, so that's that one. Then glutes and hamstrings next. So for that, it was a breakdown of resistance band leg abduction, barbell sumo deadlift, a barbell hip thrust, then a dumbbell hip thrust. They were supersetted. Then a split squat, straight leg kick back, and then a lying leg abduction. So for the resistance band leg abduction, I literally just use resistance bands. I need to start tracking what the resistance bands are in terms of weight and then adding them into the spreadsheet. For now, I haven't really got the colours. I will start writing down the colours so I can work them out into weights. But yeah, they were just with resistance bands because I can't do any sort of machine exercises with that one. Then barbell sumo deadlift, I started off on 48.5 and ended on 53.5, so a difference of 5 kilos. Barbell hip thrust, I tend to, once I've done deadlifts, go straight into hip thrust and use the same weight. So it's quite easy in that respect without having to swap the weights over. So barbell hip thrust again was 48.5 and I ended on 53.5. Then that supersetted with a dumbbell hip thrust. I did 12s for that just because the movements of having to do the dumbbell hip thrust after the barbell in a superset was absolutely killing my glutes, so I kept the weights relatively not easy, because it's not easy doing dumbbell hip thrust, but I kept the weight the same for throughout the whole month. Then split squats were body weight. Straight leg kickback was with resistance bands. I haven't got them noted down what colours I used for those, but I will in the future. And then lying leg abduction was body weight only, and I feel like these were the exercise that I looked forward to least. My legs are quite big anyway, so it feels like I'm basically lifting a tree trunk. So they were very hard and it took me ages to get through the 3 sets that were for that. So yeah, just body weight for that, no bands or anything. Then we've got upper body days, so we'll do push day first and then we'll do pull day. So push day, the breakdown of the workout was a dumbbell seated shoulder raise. It was a pyramid set, so basically I can't remember which way it is, I think it's you go from doing high reps to low reps. I think if I'm wrong, I'll correct it here with like a description of what a pyramid set is. But for that, I used the same weight for both. I used 8.5 at the start and 8.5 at the end. Then dumbbell thumbs up lat raise. I used 3.5 at the beginning and 3.5 at the end. Then I had the same thing but thumbs down. Again, 3.5 and 3.5, so no change there. Dumbbell bench press, I started off on 8.5 and ended on 8.5, so again no change. So for this one I'm really struggling with the strength in my upper body. I think the pull day is a little bit better, but for push day, like anything that uses my back and my shoulders, I really struggle with those sort of movements, so it's really hard for me to improve strength in that area. Then I've got kettlebell overhead tricep extension just stood up, and obviously having the kettlebell and doing the tricep extension over the head. I started off on 5 and ended on 7.5, so a difference of 2.5, and then the same thing again but seated. I guess there is a difference between doing it standing and seated. Obviously you're going to use your core muscles and things like that when you're stood up. Again, that was 5 and then 7.5 for a difference of 2.5. So not massive differences for that. So yeah. Then we've got pull day, so the breakdown for that was a barbell bent over row, a resistance band lat pull down, a dumbbell single arm row, dumbbell seated fly, dumbbell hammer curls and dumbbell preacher curls. So for this one, the barbell bent over row, I started off on 24.5 and ended on 29.5. For the resistance band lat pull down, I was obviously using resistance bands, I'll track those going forward. Dumbbell single arm row, I started on 7.5 and ended on 8.5. Dumbbell seated fly, I started off on 2.27 and ended on 3.5 for a difference of 1.25. Dumbbell hammer curls, I started on 6 and ended on 8.5, so a difference of 2.5. And then the dumbbell preacher curl, started on 3.5 and ended on 3.5 because they are quite hard. So yeah, most improved I've got here as being the barbell static lunge. That was an increase of 10 kilos between the start and the end of the cycle. Then the second most improved was my squats. So the tricep that I mentioned in my quads and calves workout, that was my second most improved exercise with regards to the differences in what weight I lifted before and after. That was 7.5. And then we've got a tie for third place again with barbell sumo deadlift, barbell hip thrust and barbell bent over row. So all three of those had the same sort of difference in the actual exercise. So that is sort of a breakdown of my exercises. In terms of how I think I did over the gym guide, obviously I was doing the gym guide itself. If you're not aware or you've not caught up with my videos, I'm doing the 5-day gym guide, but I'm only doing 4 days. I skip the circuits workout, so I just do the 2 lower and the 2 upper body days. In terms of improvements, I think I improved on lower body the most. Obviously I'm not having as many issues with my knees at the moment, so that's quite good. And my upper body does need some more work. I have recently just received my adjustable dumbbells, which will make upper body days easier and to sort of reduce the time that I'm faffing about with having to change the weights over, so it'll increase my rest time, which should hopefully help a bit. Because I feel like for most of the exercises that I'm doing, I'm so busy changing the plates in between exercises that I'm not really resting that much. So hopefully with the adjustables I will get to have a bit more rest. So yeah, that's it for the breakdown. In terms of goals, I think last month it was I think we were just starting the Kickstart challenges, which went really well. I think I missed the last couple of days. I did find that quite jump heavy. Chrissy is, she seems to like jumping squats and burpees and things like that, and they really didn't agree with my knees, so I had to substitute a lot of those exercises. But I did manage to get most of the days done, except for a couple, so I'm quite pleased with that. I obviously had my abs every time I do a gym workout, which has been going really well. I have been doing abs after every single gym session, so that's good. I did mention about increasing water, but if you've seen from my monthly check-in, that is not going very well at all. I am going to try and sort of increase the water intake, even if it's just by a little bit. But attempting to try and drink a gallon is probably not, it's not going to be achievable at the moment. I'm going to have to work on just trying to generally increase my water before I get to the point where I can drink a gallon a day. What else did I mention? I obviously had skipping in there, but I haven't really skipped that much. I have got a new rope that I want to try out, which was recommended from a video on how to sort of improve your skipping and things like that. So I've got a beaded rope that I want to try out. So that is sat downstairs waiting for me to use it. But yeah, other than that, there's not really much to sort of update on. I will insert the clips now of my progress shots and my measurements, which, as I said, will have been copied over from my previous video, so you may have already seen them and you can just skip through. I've usually got like a bit in the timeline down below where you can skip to the different parts, so if you've already seen it from my previous video, then just skip ahead. If you've not, then feel free to watch, but we'll insert that now. So that is measurements done, and according to measurements I haven't lost any this month, which isn't surprising given the month that I've had, so I'll take that as a positive that I haven't gained back any of the inches that I lost from last month, but improvements need to be made, so I do need to make some progress. Otherwise I will find myself getting very demotivated by doing these videos, so yeah, just take it as it is. So you'll have seen from my progress shots that I don't really think I've made much progress at all with regards to anything changing. My measurements haven't changed at all this month. I did mention in my monthly check-in video that I've had a quite stressful month. It hasn't really stopped so far as of filming. However, I'm trying to sort of knuckle down on nutrition, if anything. Haven't really worked out this week at all yet. So my gym guide is being pushed back slightly because I've not worked out all week basically. So yeah, I am going to attempt to get back into the gym guide as of Monday, because that'll be a proper fresh start rather than starting from a Sunday. I don't like starting a new gym guide week from the Sunday. It just seems weird. So yeah, I am going shopping today, so I'm not going to buy any snacks or anything like that, which should hopefully help with not taking in extra calories. I'm going to try and get things that are higher in protein. I've obviously got the protein yogurts that I've been eating, I've got my protein shakes as well. So yeah, it's just my goals for this month will be knuckling down on nutrition and making sure I'm in a calorie deficit, and yeah, trying to up my protein a bit so that I get in a lot more protein than I have been. Obviously I'll be snacking less and trying to drink more water. I will obviously have my 4 gym guide days a week on top of my C to 5K, which I'm still on. I have 3 days of running that I do during the week, so that'll be sort of my cardio. I'll be getting out walking at the weekends and whenever I can fit it in during the week. Got my ab sessions after each of my gym guides, and hopefully I can start getting some skipping sessions in this month. I think I'll focus on trying to get at least 10 minutes of practice in a couple of times a week. I think that would be helpful, because obviously I've got my goal of wanting to skip like a pro by the end of the year. I'm not sure how manageable that is, but we'll see. But yeah, so far I'm quite happy with how the gym guide is going, but obviously I'd like to see more results with regards to sort of body progress. So yeah, nutrition is what's gonna make the difference there, so I just need to knuckle down on that. But yeah, it's going well so far. I'm really enjoying the gym guide, the switch up in the workouts, because obviously I'm 2 weeks into the next cycle at the moment and that's going pretty well. I quite like this cycle of workouts, so that's quite good. And I am noticing like subtle differences in sort of weights and things that I'm lifting at the moment, so everything is still moving in the right direction with regards to strength, so it's not all negatives with regards to things not changing. Obviously mindset and things like that is obviously changing as well, and I just feel better overall. It's not always about the aesthetics of everything, so I've got to keep that in mind. But yeah, we'll have to see how next month goes. If you like the video, then give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel to see more updates like this, my C to 5K updates, my monthly check-ins and things like that. You can always click the notification bell down below so you'll be notified of when my new videos go live, so you'll be updated when my next gym guide update goes live, which I think should be in about 2 weeks now. So obviously because I'm a bit behind schedule on this video, my next one will come sooner. But yeah, I hope you're all staying safe and well. Hope you're all having a good weekend, whenever it is that you're watching this, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye.